Just go with the flow. It's the Hershey and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Hershey and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
All right, well, it is Tuesday night, 8 p.m., a special date and time, special time.
Yes.
And you know what it is, though? It's the Hershey and the Keegs Show.
It is.
So from your nuts to your butts and your coots to your boots, we're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
It's good to be back with you boys.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Do you have a prop, or should I not be addressing that?
No, it's not a prop. It's a mug for my drink.
You have a mug that says Papito Numero Uno.
Papito Numero Uno. That's me. And
Yeah.
Juliana got it for me.
So, do you actually have liquid in there?
Yeah, there's vitamin water in there.
And why do you have a tag still on it?
Because, I don't know, Juliana got it for me, and it just says, to Mike, love Juliana.
Is that a thing now? You're going to travel around with a mug?
Yeah, I have a mug, and
What
I
are you,
and I even have a bag now.
Are you a soccer mom? What
I have
are
a
you?
satchel that I wear now.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. You know what it is? I never have to put anything in my pockets ever again.
Is that where you're going to keep your menstrual pads?
No. It's a man's bag.
Your mic.
It's a man's bag.
It's a man bag?
It's not a.
I want to hear you laugh.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
Well, when I laugh, you'll hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, hold on. Juliana gave you the mug and the man bag.
No. I got this myself.
Okay.
I got this. No, Juliana calls this my purse.
Your purse.
Yeah.
And
but,
and that's for what? That's for,
I can't be serious with it. Like, I tried to yell at her yesterday, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Will you wear a purse?"
But explain to me. I never knew that you're like, I never have any room to hold anything.
Because I hate having stuff in my pockets, and like when we're walking around and stuff, they always ask me to hold stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, you know what? I don't have to ever put anything in my pocket ever again.
So this is
I
for
got
all
my
those
key.
walking tours that you guys are on?
Yeah. I started walking a little bit. You know
Yeah.
what? I walked over at Massapequa Lake. There's a
the preserve?
There's bald eagles over there.
There's bald eagles,
Did you
and
know
there's
that,
also
Tony?
yeah.
I knew that.
Massapequa, yeah. That's,
Well, I used to be, yes,
yeah,
and
used to be.
I knew it.
Was,
yes,
good old Rex Uriman was last seen there not
yes,
that long
that's
ago.
right.
Yeah.
I think I found a few of his
you know
his
what?
friends over there. There's bald eagles there now, and I go visit them. And yesterday, one of them tried to eat a little gooseling.
Oh, is that the cutest thing ever?
Yeah, no,
so
it's
Rex
not
Uriman might not be there, but Mike Keegan is. Which
Yeah,
is probably just as wicked.
I filled in. I filled
did.
in for him.
Well,
So, yeah,
you're
I have
looking
this, and I
really
get to-
adorable, Papito.
Thank you very much. I'm Papito Numero Uno.
I love that.
That's
I
the
love that.
Number one Papito.
Well, I guess that makes me numero dos and Tony numero tres. And here we are. We were scheduled to have a guest tonight. He bailed on us the day before. It was a guest that we had worked on. We're not going to even mention it.
Yeah.
We had a guest that we had lined up about a year ago, or trying since a year ago, I should say. And then he confirmed, and then I got a call that he bailed. So we're going to we're going to go back to our roots.
We're going back to the
Yeah.
old days.
Back to the old days.
yeah.
Well, you know what? If we were going back to the old days, we would actually be here with Sally, who
knew
was
you were gonna
yes.
freaking
you know,
say that.
So-
I knew it.
Second.
Yeah,
So-
can we go back to the old days?
Yes, I wish we can go back to the old days. So, so some of our older listeners, obviously, we have different groupages of listeners. But for anyone who listened from February or more,
Groupages. I was gonna. You were looking like you were on a roll, but we did have to call that out. Groupages.
so for anyone who was listening from February or March of 2022 up until around the fall of 2022,
literally the fall of 2020.
it was the fall. It was the fall.
The fall of the Hershey and the Keegs show.
That's right. It was the fall. It was definitely the fall of the show, literally and figuratively. Our old producer was as we fondly called her, Silly Sally.
Yes, Silly Sally.
Silly Sally was here for the first 6 months
She
or so.
hated that, by the way.
Did she really?
Really?
She really did, huh?
Oh no!
Wow, God, I hate when I find things out like
I
this.
know, right? Exactly.
But I find like things out like this all the time in my life. Like, you know how you used to call that coworker that nickname and they left? They hated your guts every single day.
Exactly.
Did she hate Silly Sally? Isn't that something?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
That's gonna
Sorry.
that's gonna lessen the oomph of what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
It's a
try to
little-
bow through that. I'm gonna try
a little wind out of your sails.
I'm gonna try to bow through that because we did love Sally. Okay, Sally.
Salvatore
And
I don't know.
Sally was actually Tony's very long time, almost common
Lover?
law wife.
Lover,
yeah,
yeah.
lover,
Yeah,
lover,
lovers.
boyfriend,
They were lovers.
girlfriend. They lived together. They raised kids together, and they had hit a wall or whatever you want to call it, and they came to an end. And one day, Tony's in here, and then the next week, Tony's in here. We're like, why is Tony still here? and
we actually still say that every week.
yeah, no, but you eventually told us Sally's not going to come back, and we were pretty upset about
Yeah,
it.
it's like Sally went out to get milk
Yeah.
and never came back.
Sally went out to get milk, and then she didn't return for a year and a half.
She went to the farm.
Exactly.
But let's say that I was going to. It was an easy segue just now, by the way, talking about the old days because it happens to be Sally's birthday today.
Sally's birthday. Happy birthday, Sally.
Happy birthday, Sally. We hope it's anything but silly.
I hope you have the unsilliest birthday of all
Hope
time.
it's serious as hell. Okay?
Serious Sally.
No hijinks, no goofiness, no.
See what you did, Tony? Now she's serious Sally
Yeah.
for the rest of our
No
lives.
sleight of hand, no nothing out of the ordinary.
Very stern.
Yeah.
And
We hope nobody throws confetti on you out of a pail of water. Nothing like that. We just hope that
I
everything.
hope they just say happy birthday to you. They don't even sing.
Don't
it.
even sing.
Yeah.
Just a straight laced happy birthday.
Yeah.
Not even like those candles that fire up. You know those like
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Roman, whatever you call those.
Yeah, not one of those. Even the Mexicans at Outback, they just.
I said Roman candles. Imagine that. Holy shit! My cake just blew up in my face. You know what I'm talking about? The little
I do.
sparklers.
Yeah, sparklers, not the Roman
sparklers.
candles.
Well, Sally, hopefully you're not having that kind of birthday.
Yeah.
It's so. God, you know I can't get over anything.
You're never
Now
gonna
I'm
get
so
over that
stuck
ever
on it.
again, yeah.
Why do you think? And the truth is, Sally, you're going to tell us, by the way, that she didn't like me and Mike because we think she liked us very much.
I'm not going to tell you that. She did. She liked you guys very much.
Yeah.
He's going to tell us that she actually comes in to produce all the other shows still.
That's right.
And
That would be awesome.
Why do you think that she didn't? Why did you think that she didn't like the name Silly Sally?
The fact that she said it made me kind
probably
of think that. Yeah.
No, I know. No. That's
maybe
not
it's
what I
like
mean.
sounds a little cartoon character.
No, I know that she said it, but what about it? Was it like?
You know that I don't know.
You know what's even worse
She would
about
come
it?
home every Tuesday night if they f***ing call me.
Hold
Silly
on a
Sally
second.
one
Hold on
more
a second.
time.
You know what's even worse about it?
I'm
is
gonna
that-
leave you.
Hold on. That's right. I'm gonna break up with you and that piece of shit show that's not gonna last. That's right. Well, let me
Man,
tell
I
you.
can't wait till Carla breaks up with you.
Oh yeah, I know. Me
Oh,
neither.
yeah. No, that's happening. That's happening probably tonight. That's what she
I
called
think
it.
it probably
8:59
is,
p.m. What I will say is this: what a good sport she was to never tell us that she didn't like it.
I know. Seriously.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, it wasn't like a big deal.
Oh no, it was. It was.
No,
it was.
wasn't.
Now
It
it
wasn't.
is.
No, I would
Dude,
tell you if it
you
was.
guys had dogs together and you broke up.
No, we didn't. Those dogs were all hers, man.
Whatever. But what makes her even a better person in retrospect and what a sport she was, Mike, was that there was a segment that we eventually had about her late sister who had passed during the recording of the show, who she loved very much, and she would bring in possessions.
Oh,
of
what's
her-
in Sally's box?
No,
that's right.
Cindy.
Cindy's
her
box.
sister.
Cindy's
Hold on a second. It was called "What's in Cindy's Box,"
Yes, that's right.
or what I would probably call "Silly Cindy," which made it even worse that I was calling her passed away sister. Like
Silly
God in
Cindy,
heaven,
yeah.
That's why she left.
What's in Cindy's box?
Hold on a second.
No,
the
she
whole,
loved that actually.
the whole breakup thing was just an excuse to get away from us.
I know, right?
I think, honestly, but well, we did love Sally. We
still love her. I mean,
I still love her. I
Yeah.
texted her for her birthday today.
Yeah.
She was happy to hear from me, and she is and was a great person, and we do miss her.
Yeah, happy birthday, Sally. We do
I
love
thought I don't know if I guess I should have warned you, but I thought it would be nice if we kind of discussed a few things that we think are better about Sally than Tony. So I don't know. I should have warned
few
you. That would have
things?
been. Yeah.
There's
no,
a
I'm
lot
just
of
saying
things better.
a few things.
she's a
So-
biped.
A what?
A biped.
What does that
She
mean?
has 2 legs.
She has 2 legs. That's right. Okay, so right there off the bat, Tony 1 leg, Sally 2 legs.
Yes.
Okay, so that's number 1. I had that one on my list by the way as well. Definitely prettier as far as just a better looking human being.
Yeah,
Easy on the eye.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not even saying man versus woman. She's definitely easier on the eye than Tony.
I agree with that.
Slightly
No
more
question.
attracted to Sally than I am.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Only slightly. Only slightly.
Her voice was very soothing and disarming.
Yes. I
Right?
agree
She had a
with that.
very. You could turn it on and you'd be like, oh, that's a nice.
Tony has a booming, threatening
But
voice.
I feel nervous
Yes.
all the time.
Constantly.
I'm constantly shaking when I'm sitting here. That this savage. I feel like I'm sitting next to Ving Rhames over here. Okay.
Yes.
So
She
that's
she was very kind.
kind. She was kind.
Tony's pretty kind.
Well,
No,
I'll get to that. She has offered her, as we mentioned, her
Tony,
sister.
like-
Much better than Tony. I've seen them both much better. So what I was gonna say is she brought her sister and her sister's memory into the show. Yeah, Tony, from what I understand, has a brother named Frank Walker. Have you met him?
I've never met Frank
Nope,
Walker.
never
I've
met
never
him.
seen what's inside his box.
I don't know what's in his box or in his chode or anything like that. I don't know anything.
I don't know anything about what's inside Frank.
But I've seriously never met Frank. I know that Tony's got a mother.
Yes.
Our mothers have been on the air before.
true.
Our mothers have been on the air multiple times. We talk about Barbie doll. We talk about Diane. We talk about my sibling, your sibling. We talk about all the time. But nothing about Frank. So that's what
Nothing
Sally's
about Frank.
better right there.
Yeah. It's family values.
When I needed her, she took care of one of my dogs.
That's right.
She babysat Hazel.
right, yeah.
Tony's never babysat anything
Did
for
she
me.
Hazel sit baby?
She Hazel sat baby for me. Yeah.
has a dog named Baby,
so
too. That's why I
really,
said that.
there's just a lot of things that are better
Mm-hmm.
than with Tony compared to Sally. All right. Now, if we have to really dig deep, and it took me a while, it took me hours to figure this out today. What are things good about Tony? He did take us to an Islander game.
He did. You know what? That actually might just put him above.
So far, we bring it closer.
Yeah, I'm pretty
absolutely.
easy.
Yeah.
You take me to an Islander game. You're
I would say that was big. That one time he had a caller or stalker or someone who sent chocolate from a place called Fucky's. What was it called?
Yes, that's it.
Bucky's?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Bucky's.
Bucky's. Yeah, he
Buc-ee's.
bought us in a giant peanut butter cup.
Let me
and
tell
I
you
love
something.
Peanut butter cups.
That thing was the equivalent of about 65 peanut
I
butter
know
cups.
that thing was huge. The
It
peanut butter
was-
cup from Bucky's.
There was so much peanut butter in there.
There was so much what?
I almost said
penis.
I'm
There
always
was so
thinking
much
about
penis in
penis.
there.
I'm
There's
always
so much
thinking about
penis
it.
in
Yeah,
there. So much
excited.
penis-
I'm
so much penis butter.
for penis.
That's next on your list about me.
Yes. That one. We've never seen this in action, but we have to assume that Tony is a better hopper. Probably. Yeah.
I would assume
and
so.
if we'll test this right now. Chances are he's a better pirate, I would say.
I would say he's probably.
Can you
I don't
just
know.
hold on? Can you just off the cuff, without practicing or anything, just give us one good arr? Oh,
Great pirate.
Wow, Tony, that's pretty good.
That's not my first rodeo. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I just forgot who Sally even was.
See you, Sally.
Islander game. He's just like.
And she was there that night, and she didn't take you
Exactly.
guys.
She didn't even
Oh
come over
my
to say
God.
hi.
You
I
know
hope
what?
She has a terrible birthday.
That would have been crazy because we were there, so it was me, you, Tony, and Monty, and then every other person in the history of life that Tony's ever met. He's like, "Oh, that's my cousin." I'm like, you mean like a distant? He's like, "No, that's my first cousin."
my first cousin.
I hadn't
I've seen her in
since
30 years.
Yeah, since
30
like
years.
1987. So there was her, and then Sally had tagged in that she was at the game with her new beau, I
Yeah.
believe it was.
Yes, correct.
Which would have been, Tony and Sally would have been fine. You and I would have had a hard time with that.
I would absolutely.
We would
I
have
would've
been,
been able to deal.
grilling this guy
Yeah.
or just eyeballing him or looking him up and down.
Exactly.
But
I wouldn't have been nice to him at all.
we, no, I would not have been. I wouldn't have been either at all. But
Yeah, Tony's just like this, like giving Islander game
Yeah.
chocolate pirate guy.
that's right. Arrgh.
I love that.
That was
That's
really
a lot
good.
of redeeming qualities.
Well, Tony,
Excuse me.
you've especially, I would say that because of the silly Sally dislike from her, we're good with Tony. We're
I
good.
think so.
We
I
love you,
think I'm
Sally,
yeah.
but things happen for a
love you,
reason. And you're listen. The truth is this: if you were still our producer, you'd be here tonight, and your birthday, I'm sure, is going better than this right now.
Sure hope so.
Yeah, I think it is.
I believe
Yeah. So,
do we know what she's doing tonight for her birthday? Let's give her a call.
I would say chances are probably. You know what? I'd love to have her. I don't think she's. Yeah, I don't think she's ready
Texas
for that.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
You did ask her. Didn't you ask her to come back on the show?
You know
once?
what? I texted her a few weeks ago, and I don't know if it was a matter of her missing the text or just choosing to miss the text. But either way, you know what? I totally respect that. She hasn't been in the studio for going on almost probably a year and a half right now.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years in September.
Yeah, so you know what? I wasn't mad. She owes us nothing. She gave every ounce of herself when she was here. We had some great days with her. She'll always be in the Wikipedia page of this show as original producer and best producer. And and you know, we miss her and love her dearly. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
No, she's great. I do.
Yeah.
I love Sally. I have no problem saying.
Happy birthday, silly Sally.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Hey.
Yeah.
She doesn't like that.
Happy birthday, Sally. Yes, sorry.
Sorry, Sally.
So that was big. That's a big occurrence. I think I might have mentioned it the other day, but I just want to give a pop again real quick that yesterday was opening day at Finger Lakes Racetrack in upstate New York.
I heard.
And
We have a friend.
Our boy Anthony Stabile has been the full-time racetrack announcer for 2 days now, and I have to tell you, I will try to speak from a non-biased perspective, even though this is a good friend of mine, but I have been avidly watching races since probably the age of 7. No joke, my father started taking me to OTB around 6 or 7, and I've heard thousands upon thousands of race calls in my life. And I have to tell you, if you go back and listen to the last 2 days of racing at Finger Lakes, Anthony Stabile fucking murdered it this week so far.
I saw the clip that you posted.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Dude, he was killing
He's
it.
excited.
Yeah, no, that's true too. Yeah, he's definitely reinvigorated, but he's not trying to show anyone up. He's just showing who he is, and that's a fantastic race caller who is kind of, was way up and then he was down again, and now he's back. He's got a full-time race gig at a mid-major racetrack, and he's going to get noticed for that because this is the first time where he's going to have a full-time gig doing it every single day for a period of weeks and months, and he's going to get recognized, and there are going to be other tracks that are going to come calling for him. Nice. This happens to be a good location because it's not that far from home. It's 300 something miles. It's not across the country or anything. But for anyone who's into racing whatsoever, and I know there's a bunch of you out there who do listen, go onto your Naira app. It's going to be Mondays and Tuesdays for the next couple of weeks, and then it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday where Anthony's going to be calling 8 races a day and fucking slaughtering it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So that was really really huge. It's been 2 weeks since we had the show. Last week we were on break from school, so I had some things going on. What's been happening?
Yeah. Happy Passover, Mark.
Aziz and Pesach, as they say. Yes, thank you.
Never say that to me again.
Yeah, I won't. Tell me did I miss anything? Were you
not really. Just
what was happening?
A lot of running around. There were some shows out of state. I was in where was I last weekend? I was in
you were in Pennsylvania, I think.
In Pennsylvania.
Yeah, okay.
You did the Jersey show with Plajanos and
I was
Rob White?
I was with Andrew Plajanos at Felician University in Jersey. That was a great show.
Wait, so it was you, Plajanos, Rob White,
and Christian Hahn.
Oh, that's a killer show.
It was a fun show. It was a lot of fun.
I don't know Plajanos' comedy, honestly, so I shouldn't say that, but I'm sure he's fine.
His niece goes to school there.
At Felician
University. Plays on the volleyball team.
Nice.
And Rob White, it was Rob White's show. I guess they invite him back every year.
Okay.
It was a great show. It was a lot of fun. It was, I'm doing my set, and like they told you to be clean because it's like a Catholic university.
Okay.
But you had to be super clean. The first table.
Squeaky, really?
There was a 7-year-old child and a friar, like in the real monk outfit. Oh, yeah. Like friar tuck outfit.
Like fries and everything.
Like he was the fries and
chicken nuggets,
the whole
and
fries.
Thing, yeah.
But the friar was there, and
so that was
very intimidating, but it was fun.
What was the relationship from the child to the friar? And I don't want to know.
They were obviously there together.
I know what it likely was, exactly. But what was the?
It was just he didn't have to sit on his lap. And,
what was the cover? What did they make it?
He was like the Make-A-Wish kid, but his wish was to not have a friar.
You look fine. You have all your hair. You're healthy looking.
Yeah.
So what's the
His wish was to not have a fryer inside of him.
That's right. I want this wiener out of me.
I could not help grant that wish, unfortunately.
That's right. Is this going to get me on ESPN if I say that? Get this long thing out of me. That's my wish. You want to go to a game? You want to go to see the Jets play? No. Just get the guy away from me. That's it.
Yeah. So that was a show. That was interesting. Yeah,
Okay.
The
big room, small room.
it was a big room. It was a big room in the university there.
Okay.
But it's like very like spread out. It wasn't the best layout for a comedy show
Okay.
because it's very spread out.
Sure.
And there were like pillars in between the friar and the child, like
Yeah,
between
exactly.
the tables.
I'm gonna stay
And
behind
one
this
thing
pillar,
also
Fryer, okay?
was
You stay
with-
over there.
was they were serving beefsteak.
I'm sure they were.
So
But what about for dinner?
Fish for dinner.
That was tomb steak you were talking about.
But they would keep bringing you unlimited platters.
The nuns were having fish.
No, they certainly were.
Good.
And because they're lesbians.
Whatever you want to call them.
So they come over with these giant platters.
They just call them parishioners.
Hey, listen, I'm offended by this. I'm a Catholic.
Yes.
So they would come over with these giant platters of like steak on this bread, like these little crostini breads.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently it's a Jersey thing, but nobody eats the bread. They stack them up on the table like Jenga.
Oh, wow.
And every table, by the time I got up there, I was the last one up.
Yeah.
Have stacks of bread like this, and nobody at this point, halfway through my set, is paying attention to me. They're
Yeah.
all fucking playing Jenga with their bread.
Do you think that they weren't eating bread because it was Passover? Is that because that's a
No,
Jewish
because
thing,
we
no?
don't care.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
No, it was
Wait,
actually right before Passover.
Are you
started.
saying that it was a Jersey thing, like all over Jersey? That
all
people
over
don't
Jersey
eat?
they have like these beefsteak nights, and nobody eats the bread. They just stack them up, and
So what do? They take the bread and they just eat the piece of
they
meat.
just
in
eat
the
the
middle
meat
of it?
off the bread.
So why don't they just eat the meat? Why
That's
don't
what
they-
I said. I'm like,
Yeah.
next year, how about you don't serve the bread because nobody
Right.
eats it, and it just fucks up the comedy show.
And they're like, well, then we'll have to watch the actual show.
I know exactly,
Right,
yeah.
exactly,
But
yeah.
halfway through my set, nobody cared. They're trying to play Jenga with this bread.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get
That's
a
why
chance
I
to
hate New Jersey.
Did you get a chance to eat some of this?
I had like
sandwich?
2 platters of this beefsteak. It was delicious. It was like filet mignon.
Oh, so it was nice,
on
good
the-
soft meat.
yeah,
Okay.
really
And what
good
else you
soft
said they
meat.
served? They served fish as well.
They did not. No, there was penne al vodka
Okay.
and salad and the beefsteak.
Now, did you guys? Because I'm always interested when, like, sometimes we'll go to a private comedy show. We're doing like a VFW, and then there's a little like embarrassing table in the back that has like
Yeah.
a piece of paper and a fork through it. Like,
I had
what
one-
was the?
I had recently one where it was a paper plate that said reserved for comedians on
Yeah.
it. That was on the table. And at that one they did have like a little reserved for comedians thing, like a plaque on there.
Okay.
But this past Saturday I was in where was I? I was in Connecticut doing
Okay.
a show for Connecticut Comedy for Cash. It's like a big fundraising company
Sure.
out there.
Yeah.
And it was a great show. They put the comedian's table directly next to the stage. Like, you're sitting there after you set. Like, if you don't do well, you're sitting in front of 250 people.
You're right there.
Right there. Like,
Yeah,
it's the worst.
sure.
Why would you put the comedians like right at the front?
It's the worst.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But it was a little embarrassing table. And then after my set, like, I wanted to have some wings. I'm
You're a
sitting there
little
eating,
nosh, yeah.
eating wings after I just went up for a half hour.
Good
and,
set.
like,
Good set.
Exactly,
You're like
exactly.
high-fiving people with like barbecue
I know,
sauce on your wrist.
Exactly. Yeah, just like everybody's like, oh, that's the comedian. They're just 200 people just watching me eat wings while somebody else is
amazing.
on stage. But yeah.
You know, when my first professional paid show was for Eric Haft, booked the
This
show.
past weekend?
It was about a week and a half ago.
Okay.
No, this was a year or so into me starting, and Haft booked me at this place out in Riverhead called Hotel Indigo. Did you ever do that room?
No, I did not.
So it's a really like high end kind of hotel. The show was it was me. Chris Davis, who actually did not wind up coming because he got sick. Joey G,
The Irish flu.
Keith Anthony, and and Vince D'Antona.
Wow, what a show.
It was crazy.
Holy crap.
And the green room was like, you were in the most exclusive, there was drinks and food set up, and it was a beautiful, like, there was like green lights. It was just gorgeous. And I'm like, oh my God, is this every, like,
Nope.
And then you find out that,
You find out. That's what it is, especially when it's early in your career. Like early in
Yeah.
my career, I was doing a show like at the Emporium in Patchogue.
Yeah.
And they have this beautiful green room. That's
Right.
like, there's a refrigerator where you drink, eat whatever you want
Sure.
back there. And then even just recently, a couple weeks ago, our green room was in a kitchen that was like, the tiniest little kitchen that's a quarter the size of this studio.
Right.
And we were all sitting there in folding chairs in a kitchen. I'm like, this is 13 years into doing comedy.
But the show must go on, and you did what you had to do.
Absolutely.
And it worked out well.
Yeah.
And
That's what you gotta
you had a
do.
great time, made your money, came home, and and that was that.
Yeah, other than that, just hanging out. Juliana's been off school for a week, so we're just getting into little adventures.
Sure.
How was your week with the kids?
So you know what, Max has had a couple of basketball games, stuff like that. So we've been keeping busy like that. I had something that struck me as hilarious the other day that I want to tell you about. So during halftime of Max's game the other day, I'm talking to one of the dads, and you know me, I know how to make small talk. You know, so one of Max's buddies, his older brother is on the baseball team at the local high school. So I was talking to the dad, just making small talk about the kid, and you know, how's he doing? Is he playing whatever? And I said to him, is he a junior or a senior? And the dad says to me, no, he has a different middle name, so it's like he's not a junior.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Polish last name?
I was just cracking up, and I'm like, and then you can't recover from
and why would he
like
be
that.
a senior if that's the dad? Right. And he doesn't have a kid. That's the stupidest response ever.
I'm like, is he a junior or senior? He's like, no, he's not. We have a different last name, same first name. And I just, for some reason, it struck me as
Did
funny.
you just walk away?
You can't
and not
recover.
Say, you can't recover
from that. You can't. You just
Did you
totally can't
respond
recover.
to that to him at all? Saying how stupid he was?
No. I told him that what the relationship was over with. I said we were totally done.
Yeah.
But so that happened. I don't know about you, but I've been.
And that would be a creepy question for you to ask the
Because
father
you
too.
know,
like,
I mean,
exactly.
you know.
Is he a
Have you been
junior?
following this story? Ironically, by the way, my neighbors, my friends across the street, the Galinas were.
Oh, I know them.
They were in Turks and
They
Caicos
were
this week. Yeah,
Oh, they went to both, not just Caicos.
they stopped by Turks, but they would spend
Spend
more
more-
time in Caicos.
It's usually what I do.
They did that, yeah. But did you follow the story that there was a couple who went there about 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week before the Galinas did, to celebrate, I believe it was his 40th birthday. The man and the woman went, they left their kids at home, and then when they went to leave Turks and Caicos, they were stopped because in the man's backpack, they found 4 old hunting bullets. Did you follow the story?
No, I did not.
Yeah. So they found 4 bullets that he had in this bag from a hunting trip back home in wherever
really?
he lives in the States. Yeah, Oklahoma or something. And when he crossed
Did
over,
they find it in Turks or Caicos?
they found it in the middle, actually.
Right in
They
the
found
middle,
right in the
okay, so it
middle.
was literally Turks and
But
Caicos.
when he left the States to go to Turks and Caicos, they missed it, of course, you know, which
Yeah,
is
of course.
shocking.
Yeah, I
you
know,
know?
right, exactly.
Yeah, whatever, man. It doesn't make a difference. So they found that. So meanwhile,
This little Turkish guy finds it. Is that what they are? Turkish over there?
they're cakish.
They're
yeah,
cakish.
they like cake.
Oh, I feel a little cakish right now.
So both of them were detained. Okay. And eventually they sent the wife back home to the States. The man is being held.
He's still there?
He's being held, and he has a court date on Friday, which will determine if he's going to be in Turks and Caicos retained for the next 12 years.
Oh my
That's as
God,
much.
really?
So at first he was freaking out. Now he's like, "You're going to keep me here for 12 years in Turks and Caicos without my wife?
Seriously?
He's like, "This is a serious offense."
Did Johnny Galena
Yeah, John Love with a bag of bullets.
book that trip that day and just loaded
getting
some bullets in his bag?
But think how fucking crazy
That is wild.
You know?
Yeah.
The guy's sitting there. He's got like a little ankle bracelet. He's on the beach. He's sitting there.
Sipping out of a coconut.
Oh my God. Because you have to think about it. Just on a premise, how horrific can the conditions be in a Turks and Caicos.
I know, seriously, exactly.
Prison.
Yeah.
You know,
no, absolutely. It's
you're only allowed to go to the beach from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, then you have to go back to your nice, beautiful little hut. So let's pray for that guy. Okay?
I'm praying that I am that guy.
You are praying that he is for sure. Absolutely.
The sale in hunting bullets just went up 78,000%.
There was another story that I was following up on this week that I don't know if you had. I mean, do you pay attention at all? Not really.
Not to anything other than myself.
Yes, exactly. So there was a man who in.
I heard about that.
Yep. There was a man. Hundreds of people stood by and watched as Cheeseball Man ate an entire tub of cheese balls in New York City.
You want to hear that? I've heard about.
Yeah. So, can you do me a favor and tell us what inspired you to be Cheeseball Man?
They always say, "Find something you love."
Was this a labor of love?
They always say, "If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life."
So apparently what happened was he had posted signs in the city, come see me eat this entire jar of cheese balls on April 27th. And he had posted them on street signs, whatever. And apparently hundreds of people showed up to watch this guy consume cheese balls. And then he posted videos and there was 10 million views of him eating cheese balls.
Meanwhile, 3 years of doing this goddamn show and posting clips and editing them every day.
What do you think would be listen, and this is something a little behind the scenes that listen, it's up and down. Sometimes we've had shows that have done really well, and when Mikey has post clips and I post clips that have done really well, and there's other times where we do our Hey Mikey thing that we think is going to go
which
viral.
Which is great. Share it. People love it. Yeah,
and it's not going as well as we think. So, but something like this. The guy's getting millions. Or there's another guy, I don't know if you've seen it. He made a video about 3 or 4 months ago. This college kid, and basically it's him, and he says, "Sup, dude?" Something like that. You ever see this guy? Yep. Sup, dude? Yeah. And what's up? And he just posts the same video every day. He doesn't change it. It's the same post on the same account, and people comment every day this one really got to me.
This is the one.
What is it? And obviously, the people who have hit and reach viral success know what it is, that sometimes things just click. Click.
And then the algorithm takes over.
Yeah. Mikey had a stroke during the show. Yeah.
We got to do something like that.
Something.
We'll do peanut butter pretzel boys, and we'll each see who many can eat the most peanut butter pretzels.
No, maybe Tony's a person from Texas can send us the Buc-ee's. Maybe we can do
Buc-ee's
that.
That's the size of my torso.
Yeah,
I'll see what I can do.
But it's weird how certain things, just hit.
We should eat one M&M every day. And
just an M&M.
Post it every day, every single day. Just eat one M&M.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't want to be that guy. We're so frustrated. That's not what this is all about. It's not.
You don't want to be that guy.
I really am that
fucking
guy.
are that guy.
No, because no matter what happens, we love doing the show. We love posting content. But sometimes
we just don't like the people because you don't share our stuff.
Right. We just don't like any of you.
We like being here, the three of us.
We like the three of us. We make making each other laugh. But other than that, we don't like anything else about anybody. Speaking of this bottle of water, by the way, have you ever been, and you live very close to it, and this was something I did this weekend, have you ever been to the dump in Merrick? You know what the Merrick dump is?
Yeah. I've hiked through that trail. It's beautiful.
Okay, but have you ever done the actual dumping? Yeah.
I've done some dumping.
I bet you have, young lady.
Twice. The last time I was there years ago, though, but my buddy, we were doing some yard work at his house, and he was getting rid of bushes and shit.
Yeah.
But we also... A lot of times, the company I work for, we would dump old computer parts and stuff.
Oh, right, and there's the metal, whatever.
Lithium-ion batteries.
So up until the time that I bought a house 20 years ago, whatever it was, I knew nothing about the dump. I grew up in an apartment building, or apartment, I should say. Never had any reason to do anything domesticated like that. Long story short, we buy our house, we move in, and after we clean out, old stuff, whatever, we must have had 20 bags of garbage sitting on the front lawn.
Yeah.
And one of the neighbors was like, "You can't fucking leave this. You can't move in and just leave garbage here, So I said, well, the garbage people are going to take it tomorrow. They're like, they're not going to take this shit. So I wait till the next day. They take 3 bags, leave like 17 of them. I run down the block. I offer them money. They're like, dude, we can't take it. You can't have that many. You got to bring it to the dump. And I'm like, what's the dump? I don't even know what the fucking dump is, you know?
Yeah.
So I pack up my car. This is 20 years ago, and I bring it to the dump. And it's the coolest thing for if you've never been there. You pull up, you show your ID, and there's like 4 different humongous things that you can throw your garbage over a fence.
It's great.
Essentially,
It's
therapeutic.
Therapeutic.
It is therapeutic. If you need metal over there, if you need plastic over there, and anyway, you just go ahead and you have a field day. Yeah. So the other day we were having some friends over for Max's birthday, even though it's not for a couple of weeks yet. He was having a couple of boys over, and we cleaned up the yard, and the front of the house was like a wreck with just old fucking swimming pool parts and other bullshit. So I volunteered it to Stacy. I need to bring this shit to the dump. She's like, I was going to suggest that to you. So I pack up the car, bring it there, and it was hot as balls out the other day. Yeah. So I do the purge, throw out all the stuff, and like I'm super parched. I'm parched beyond belief, but I was sweaty and disgusting and tired and lazy, and I didn't feel like stopping anywhere. So I see a Burger King. All I wanted was a bottle of water. Yeah. That was it. Yeah. So I pull through, no cars online at the Burger King, and the girl's like, how can I help you? I'm like, a bottle of water, please. And she's like, okay, what else? I'm like, no, just a bottle of water. And I pull up and I said, just be honest with me. Is this the laziest purchase? She's like, it definitely is.
You're spending triple the amount of...
She's like, it definitely is the laziest purchase. It was, let me tell you something. It was $2.40 for a bottle of Poland Spring water, or whatever it was. And it was cold and it was satisfying. Was it? Yeah. And it was worth every goddamn penny of it.
Well, good for you. Now I know.
Yeah, so you can always go to the dump. And if you need water, go to the
dump in the Burger King. White trash.
It's right on Merrick Road. Like you're heading towards the...
Hey, it's a great place to hike. They have a hiking trail there.
But I don't know. I'm not familiar with the
So
hike.
if you go... next to it. Yeah, when you go in, if you're going to go to the dump, you make a left. If you go towards the right, it's Norman Levy Park.
Oh, that's why the guy was saying, do you want to go to the dump or a game?
Can I do both? Can I take a dump at the game?
Is there like fields where you
there's baseball fields there. There's a dock where you can go fishing. They have a field with baby goats in it.
What?
They have baby goats because that's how they landscape the grass.
Wild goats?
Wild baby goats.
Really? That are left unsupervised?
They're pygmy dwarf goats.
And there used to be like a farm, like animals.
Yeah, there still are.
There
still is. They have pigs. They have chickens.
Right. Yeah.
But the goats essentially cut the grass. They eat the grass, and that's how they keep the whole thing.
So wait, they bring the goats in at night though?
No, the goats are there all day. You can go in there. You can go take a look at the goats. You can feed them.
What
they have different kinds of animals you can feed all over the place.
I had no idea about this.
It's I think it's probably a 1.5 mile walk up to the top of the hill.
Oh my god!
And then when you get up there, there's a dock. You can go fishing, and then you walk down. It's probably like a 3-mile walk if you do it.
I'm tossing metal into a bin, and there's baby goats sitting
there.
And
I could be fishing within earshot. Yeah, exactly.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right next to the dump, there's a beautiful, beautiful hiking trail.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna definitely do that, and thank you for letting me know about that. Yeah. So good. I had a little conversation, by the way, this week. I don't know. Do you have anyone that you seek guidance about, or you talk about the show with, other than me? Because for me, Pig Vomit has some suggestions sometimes, and he doesn't hold back, which is I appreciate. Yeah. Where he'll say to me, "Well, why don't you try this?" Or maybe you should focus more on this. And he had said that. A good idea for us is to discuss things that maybe are a little bit more topical or controversial. Controversial, yeah. So I think we're going to try to bring that in.
That's good because it's good also to kind of tag that stuff on social media.
So I think I was telling him that they say that social media stuff, and I'm not saying that he doesn't like it when we talk about the stuff we just talked about, the goats and the Max Games and the Juliana, but he's saying in order to grow the show, that could help. So I think he's
100% right. He's a very smart man.
He's a very smart man, very tender,
very, very good,
and
very good kisser.
And he's our pseudo
entertainment director.
Exactly.
Director of acquisitions
of talent. That's right. Yeah. Did you know, by the way, that in the movie Private Parts, where the character that Paul Giamatti played, that we call Kleiman pig vomit based on.
Yes.
That the actual pig vomit in Howard Stern's life was not pig vomit. His name was Pig Virus.
Pig Virus, you're right.
Isn't that
Exactly. That's right. I did hear that. Yep.
Yeah. So when I heard that, I'm like, shit, are we calling Kleiman the wrong thing this whole time by referring to him as, but we're not.
No, we're not. We're not because in the movie, I guess he's Pig Vomit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in real life, he called him Pig Virus.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But no, man, what a brilliant role Paul Giamatti played in that.
Terrific. Totally terrific.
You're the motherfucking Antichrist.
Exactly. Now, this story, when I read it, so I did a little research again. Doing a little, spending a little time on subject matter. Mm-hmm. You might have seen this one, and it does remind me of something that you would do. And there is you actually play into the story a little bit. Oh. This is a true story that there are certain women who are paying $500 to get salmon sperm injected into their vaginas to boost sex lives. Huh. These women will try anything to improve their sex lives. They're paying $500 to have salmon sperm injected into their vaginas to help their floundering sex lives. A lot of older women come to me and say they're not having any sexual arousal anymore, said this aesthetic nurse. So they're doing something called the O shot that's reporting stronger and more frequent orgasms, increased natural lubrication, greater sexual arousal.
See, I can't do that because I like to put caviar up my ass.
Oh, I got you.
And they would just make babies right inside of me.
Well, so this is an actual true story, but it goes on to say that there's a comic from East Meadow who was filling up socks with alleged semen. What kind of sperm is it called again? Salmon sperm.
But guess what? Yeah. I bet it's not really salmon.
They said he's offering $5 with the sock to give it to them.
That's a bargain.
Is that you that's doing that?
Sock full of there's a couple of comedians from East Meadow.
What do you think of that? Is that the wackiest thing?
That is wild.
But it will go to show you that people literally will do anything
100%.
to do anything for certain things, exactly. Obviously. So they're looking to make their Wargeneers a little bit more lubricated.
Like it doesn't already smell like a fish.
Oh boy! I heard. What do you got, Tony? You got some comments ripping there? What's happening?
The only. Well, first off, Mike's mother was saying before that she wanted to remind you that you don't have any siblings.
Oh, thank you.
And then
I'm reminded every single day.
Yes. And then Ozzy was saying hello.
Ozman.
Ozzy like
Thomas Osborne, the security guy. Not Ozzy. Not Ozzy from Black Sabbath.
Oh, not that Ozzy. No,
He
I didn't even know that
private
Ozzy actually dialed in.
Yeah, Ozzy's the best. I was actually speaking to him on the phone the other night. I was driving home from a gig. Yeah, I was on the phone with him and Big Time Tommy.
Just to chat.
Just chat.
Listen, he's one of the greatest guys.
He is. Tommy. He's the best. I love when he. When Ozzy comes, he came down to the brokerage a couple weeks ago, and it was just such a pleasure to have him walk in. He was I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but
well, just say he was.
He is. No, he's doing security. He's a security guy. Yeah. He's doing it for private security, personal security for Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
Oh, I thought he was doing Rodea.
Well, part time.
Okay,
but he was telling me a story. He was Ryan. I don't know if I'm telling tales out of school. I'll probably get in trouble. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this over the air, but he was doing some security, and they were very impressed with his professionalism, and he was punctual and on time. And Ryan said, "You want to be my full-time guy?" And so now he drives Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively around.
Is that in the States here? Where is that?
Yeah.
Where though?
They live in the city.
Oh, they live
in the city, driving to the airport.
And, listen, he was always a class act around the clubs. Mm-hmm. Has he not been connected to the clubs for a bit?
Yeah, he's busy with the security stuff.
Okay,
but he's still on good terms. I mean, he came down to the brokerage. We all hung out. Yeah, everybody from the club was there.
Smoke a stogie. Yeah.
He's the best, man.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks for watching, Ozzy. Spread the good word. We appreciate it very much.
Yep.
So back to salmon sperm.
Speaking of
a couple of other little stories here that I made some notations about that I thought that you might appreciate. Let's see.
I don't know if I could appreciate anything as much as salmon sperm.
There was a couple in I don't remember what state it was, but there was a couple who accidentally shipped their cat in an Amazon box out of state. They went to send their Amazon box back to the UPS store, and their cat was in it, and it wasn't actually noticed until the cat showed up, like alive in a different place, though. Yeah, so.
Oh, good for that.
Have you guys seen Oreo around? Have you seen Cuddles?
2 stories in a row about people packing their pussies.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable. What do you think about that, though? What do you think about that?
How neglectful must you be to pack your cat into?
Yes.
So they were a seller.
That's right.
And they didn't realize that they packed their cat instead of a pair of boots that they were trying to sell, maybe? Or
yes, a pack of leather boots is what it was. That's exactly right.
Did they get the cat back?
They got the cat back, yeah.
Oh,
but can you
they do not
imagine,
deserve to get that cat back.
Can you imagine being that, like, feeling, how horrendous would you feel? Unless you really hated the fucking cat, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Exactly.
But can you imagine, though, being, just feeling worthless and totally useless?
Yeah, absolutely. Totally irresponsible.
So there's another trend
They
that's
did
happening.
that. They had to have done that on purpose.
There's another trend, by the way, that's happening where people are paying $600 for pea-stained denim jeans. Did you see this trend? Have you seen this trend?
No.
Oh, Mikey.
I have a lot of money in my bank account right now. So, I'm potentially sitting on $400 million in my laundry basket right now.
You are probably. I always think about this. You've been at home for a good portion of your life. You're probably a very endowed man. Yes. Yeah. No, I assume you're probably very wealthy. Is my guess. So,
oh yeah. Very, very, very wealthy.
Yeah.
I sell my pea-stained jeans.
Wait.
Did they buy man pea-stained denims or just women's?
Just the ones from comics from East Meadow.
Oh, so then there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I have a lot of pea-stained items. Like
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Jackets for some reason. Sports jackets. I have no idea why. Does it have to be my own urine?
It could be anybody's urine. It could be any. I'm like in my mind.
It's a silly Sally thing again.
No, but I don't know if I should tell the story. If it's that, it's a story that I've been holding on to now for a little while.
Oh yeah.
But it might be the time actually right now.
Oh boy.
I don't even know if I have told you, but I think I'm going to go for it though.
All right.
Because it's an embarrassing story.
Speaking of pea-stained denim.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So this happened. So basically, every year we're invited to a party. Stacy's work friends invite us to this very nice party at their house. It's like a chili cook-off type of thing, and you get to grade chilies, and it's just really fun. And people are around drinking. And it's usually like a nice fall weather, and you're wearing like flannels and whatever. And it's a good bunch of people. These people that she's worked with for a long time. Mm-hmm. I think the only person who knows about the story is Stacy, and that's that. I think I've not told anybody else the story. Yeah,
and now you're broadcasting.
You know
millions.
what? Because it just hit me that
Ozzy's listening. Right?
It could be the time, and it's very embarrassing and but not. I mean, listen, it is what it is.
Hey, it is,
I mean, you've told some horrifically sickening stories on this show. So
I have socks full of salmon sperm.
This happened. So this happened at the party. This is about 6 months ago, whatever it was. I'm sitting in the garage and I'm drinking just a bottle of water like this, and it's happened a few times in my life where I don't know if the water goes down the wrong pipe or whatever happens, but I'm literally like choking on water. Oh, have you had that happen?
Oh
to you
yeah,
before?
I've had it. Yeah,
but this one got to a point where I literally couldn't breathe. Like I was really,
oh my God,
I was struggling.
Really?
I was struggling to the point where people were hearing me like wheeze. Like
you gotta relax your throat.
Yeah, I'm sure you're good at relaxing your throat. But anyway, so what happened was I got up and I went out. We were basically in they have like a nice garage with the table set up and the chilies, whatever. And I went out and I was talking to my buddy Jay, who's one of the husbands that I like a lot. And
you do.
During this choking session, I felt like a little bit released, a little bit, and I'm like, all right, well, that's not a big deal, But then the choking session got to an unpleasant place where Stacy came running from the back, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on? Are you okay?" Well, in her mind, she's like, "You're gonna ruin this party by dying, basically."
Yeah, don't ruin the chili cook-off.
Exactly.
Go die in the front yard.
But it got bad. Like there was a good 30 seconds where I couldn't breathe.
It wasn't from like a spicy chili. It was
no, it was just wrong pipe type. It was I can't describe it to you, but it was scary as hell.
Oh my goodness.
It was really scary. Eventually, I came to. Like people didn't know what to do. Like I was like shooing Stacy away that I was going to be fine, that everything was going to be okay, whatever. And then, but I was scared. I was really scared, it was going to be lights out, So I come to and I go to there's just like a bench on the porch once I can catch my breath again, and I look down and my pants are totally soaked,
completely. Oh my! You
emptied.
fully released. Oh.
Fully released. Released. Emptied. The whole tank. The tank was filled.
Wow.
The whole tank. Yeah.
Wow.
The whole tank was filled.
You
Yeah.
didn't really-
Yeah. I got $50 propane. Yeah. I filled it up. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, did other people at the party know?
No, so what I did was, in the total, little sneaky scumbag way that I am, while no one was looking, whatever I had in my water bottle, I spilled all over myself.
What are you? An Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah. Why? Why do you say that?
Like when the kid pees his pants and then he wants to make him feel comfortable, so he puts water on his pants.
Oh, that's what I did. I didn't even know that was an Adam Sandler movie thing, but so I totally emptied the bottle of water on my pantaloons, and
they knew.
Yeah. Oh no, they didn't know. No, nobody knew.
Nobody told you they knew.
Whatever.
The guy just had a coughing fit, and now he comes back and he's soaking wet.
But meanwhile, so of course I was mortified and embarrassed, and I eventually made my way into laboratory, and I tidied up to the best that I could with whatever I could.
Did you smell like pee all night?
So the whole night. Meanwhile, thank God it's an outdoor.
Exactly.
Outdoor type of thing, and
you went back and just started pouring chili on your. Good thing you didn't shit yourself. You just poured chili in the back of your pants.
I didn't know that was totally fine. But no, honestly, I wanted to light myself on fire, to tell you the truth. But one thing I realized, which again, you don't know until something like this happens, is that water dries much faster than pee. Okay. So eventually the water dried, and I'm like, no, it's still not fully dried though, and I don't.
Because there's vitamins and minerals.
Oh, minerals, whatever else was in there. Yeah. And of course, one of the chilies was an asparagus chili. No, it wasn't. But so we get in the car. It was a little bit after. Like it wasn't immediate.
Now at this point, does Stacy know?
Does not.
Not
know.
even Stacy knows.
Does not know. But it's just me, Stacy, and Max in the car.
And how long after
a while
did you leave?
Oh, it's like a couple of hours.
Oh my God! You're just sitting there with pee pants?
Horrible. Can I just tell you something? I was just happy to be alive at that point because I saw the light.
Yeah.
Okay. I was happy
that
to be
I could
alive.
sit here with pee pants.
Yeah. I honestly.
Imagine if you died with pee in your pants.
I mean, I'm sure that's probably gonna happen. But the point is, I didn't even But I cleaned up as much best as I could. But I wasn't gonna tell Stacey I got to go home. I'm in fucking Comac. I got to go home because I urinated myself. Okay. So
now I have to pee.
We get in the car. We get in the car.
Take a sip of water, Tone.
So we had been there for a while. So Stacy had a couple of drinks, so she wasn't really paying attention. But at some point, from the back seat, I hear Max. Did somebody pee in the car? Did someone come here and pee in the car?
He smelled like pee.
Yeah. So.
And did you tell him at that point?
No. At that point, I just wanted to get home and
it's probably you, Max. You stink.
Yeah. So, what's funny is there's a funny story that I wrote 7 or 8 years ago on Facebook that I read today. It was the anniversary today that I was with Max. He must have been like 5 years old at the time, and one of the girls had a soccer practice at a field in Massapequa, Allen Park. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So Max started complaining. He's like, I got to take a piss. Where's the bathroom? I'm like, Max, there's no bathroom over here. What's the matter? Oh my God, that's a big.
He's trying to piss himself.
That's a big canteen.
That's the biggest thing of
Jesus. Was that the Stanley Cup? Oh my God!
It's a fire hydrant.
Holy Jesus!
Tony's drinking
Bobby
some water
Nitram over
here.
here.
Right, exactly.
My fucking God!
Sorry to interrupt.
I didn't mean to cut you guys off with my jokes.
Yeah. So eventually, so Max winds up. He goes and takes a piss, and then he's running around. It's hot out, and he's like, I got to go sit in some shade. I'm like, go sit on that tree over there. He goes, I'm not sitting on that tree. There's pee on it. I'm like, how do you know? He goes, I peed on it. It's fucking savage.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That kid's so funny.
I'm glad that we went this route. So, if any Stacy's friends are listening, they can finally know that I was highly uncomfortable at that event, but I didn't want to ruin it for anybody else.
God.
Well, the funny thing is, like, after about 20 minutes, and I'm still like still trying to get my throat back in normal order. Yeah. And then Stacey's like, she comes over, she's like, you almost fucking ruined this goddamn party for me.
She's so mad at you.
Oh my God. Because people, it was like that. Like I couldn't breathe. Yeah.
You're probably doing hand
Oh
movements
yeah.
and shit.
And of course, I don't even realize it, but my jeans are getting darker. And they were, of course, like the very light. No, they weren't. They weren't. They were these jeans, actually.
When did you tell Stacy about that? That night or eventually? Or?
I don't know. It was within a couple of days. It was within a couple of days. I think I might have told my friend David K, who I used to work with. I think I told him because he's like, we share like the fucking wackiest things together. But I thought about telling on the podcast, but I wasn't ready yet at that point.
Yeah,
I wasn't
I'm
ready.
glad you broke through.
I don't know why I was ready tonight, but I guess we were talking about piss pants.
Yeah,
And, I just had a thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Glad I was here for you.
Thanks. And based on that big...
Does Max know? Have you ever told him?
I don't know if Maxie knows. I'm not sure, actually. Yeah. I don't know, but...
Like, now that it's like, 10 years from now, I'd be like, Max, remember that time you smelled pee in the car? It was me. Pissed myself.
My God, it was very scary, though. So
yeah.
I have to be really careful when we go back to Chili Fest next year to make sure that I'm... They're like, why is he in clamming pants?
Why is Mark wearing a wetsuit?
That's it. I'm not going snorkeling today.
Mark, why aren't you drinking or eating anything?
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
Rich B.U. Lockman says hello.
Hey,
Rich, lock him up.
Lock him up.
He's a corrections officer.
Yeah.
You know Rich?
I know Rich.
Yeah.
He was at one of my shows recently.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. So I think on that note, we're going to wrap the show up, guys, because I want to get home to watch the remainder of the Knick game, the Islander game.
Knicks are down by 1 right now, and the Islanders are down 3-2.
3-2. Okay, so we're going to wrap up the show on that note. For anyone who was watching tonight, listening, thank you very much. It's good to be back with you guys. We really enjoyed being back. Go ahead before we leave, Mikey and Tony. Tell us what you got coming up. Not tomorrow, but something else.
This weekend, I will be Friday night in Wanacue, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. If you're in the area, just let me know, and I'll get you some tickets. It's a really nice. It's called like Il Palazzo. It's a really nice catering hall.
All right, great
food there. And then I will, June 21st is the big show at the Brokerage.
Okay, cool.
Brokerage Comedy Club, Friday night, June 21st, 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale. Good. Govs.com. Check out all the great shows here at Governor's Comedy Club. They have a lot of good stuff coming up. But June 21st, get those tickets now because they are going really quick.
Yeah, govs.com. You guys can look. There's plenty of awesome shows with us, without us throughout the whole summer, so look at those. And Tony, let's see what you got coming up for the Magical Mystery Tour.
Thank you, pal. Well, you can come here to the Giggle Room September 28th. We're doing our Triple X Trivia. It's a fun night of just random trivia. There'll be prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have Murder Mysteries. Yeah, go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. Check out our Murder Mysteries. And, of course, the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show, which is on every weekday here at the studio. And I'll be posting details soon. Looks like I'm making my first trip to Florida to do some stand-up.
Beautiful.
Whoa.
I'll keep everybody updated.
All right.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
That's awesome, Tone.
Thank you,
Very
guys.
good. All right, guys. You know what to do. especially the Hey Mikeys. We're trying to push that.
Yeah, when you see their quick little things that takes a second to share them, share them. Everyone likes them, and they're funny, and they're fun.
Yeah.
And it takes no effort, and it helps us out a lot. So subscribe, share.
Remember now, we're using the same stock footage from Mike on those videos. It's just me doing the work, okay? So, but you didn't know that.
Painstakingly putting effort into this.
That's right. Now I'm going to go home and pee myself. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Peace. Oh, that's